The topic is the criminal justice system in Tennessee, and we're talking to Justice A. Birch of the Tennessee Supreme Court. And of course, Justice Birch, before we ended that second segment, we were talking about some of the issues that some of the initiatives that the state Supreme Court has made in many areas. And during this final segment, let's talk about what I consider justice and equity kinds of issues. That is the very fact, and I think we've already talked in some instances about integration, about the whole problem of race within the system. But I think that race does play a very, very crucial part, a crucial role in the whole issue of the criminal justice system, not only in the state of Tennessee, but everywhere. And so let's give you sort of a free range to talk about that as an issue within the state of Tennessee.
All right, Dr. Haney, I'd like to start with sentencing. Now, you know, in Tennessee, we have judges who impose a sentence, except in capital cases. And it would be very easy to have a sentencing procedure that was constructed on the basis of if you're convicted of A, then your sentence is exactly 2 years. If you're convicted of B, your sentence is exactly 5 years. But if you have that sort of sentencing, then that ignores the possibility of rehabilitation of the person. It ignores every single potential that that person may have. So we have a set of guidelines that we use in sentencing that take into consideration all of the factors involved, your family history, your social activity, your educational attainment, and your worth and value to the community. All these things are taken into consideration. But now, despite that, I often hear people say, well, I think that Afro-Americans get sentenced harsher, in a more harsh manner than do other persons. And I can't say that that's true, and I don't think anybody can really demonstrate the truth of that. Why? Because every case is different. Every person, every defendant's conduct is different. He or she is involved in different things in the community. He or she has committed a crime or been convicted of a crime that's different in circumstances from the crime anyone else has committed, even though the crimes are called the same. One person might have 10 children at home, and another may have none. So I don't think that's accurate. I will certainly change my tune if someone shows me that that's different. People talk sometimes about the large number of Afro-American males in jail.
Okay, very good.
Obviously, I don't have any real understanding of that other than to understand what I read. But the reason for that, I'm just unable to address because I really don't know. I'm not a criminologist. I really don't know. Then there is the other topic about sentencing for drug offenses. It is perceived, I think, in some instances that the sentence for possession of the same drug in one form is a harsher sentence in another form. Well, that may be true, but that's federal, and that's not state. The sentence in the state, on the state level, where I am, for possession of drugs is the same no matter the form.
What form?
Yes.
Crack cocaine and powdered cocaine receives the same sentence on the state of Tennessee.
That's right.
And so in a real sense, there is, according to what folks say nationally, there is equity in that instance dealing with the state of Tennessee.
Well, I think we're not involved in the controversy of whether one should be sentenced harsher than the other. We're not involved in that.
And you just see the possession of the drug, whether it's in one form or the other, and regardless of where it came, whether it's from the inner city or from the suburbs, and I think those are the general connotations.
And the weight, the amount has something to do with it,
and so as far as the state of Tennessee is concerned, both are equal offenses.
Both are punished equally.
Punished.
It's really the same offense, because the offense is possession of a substance containing cocaine or containing methamphetamine or something.
Very good. And so in a real sense, there is within that range, especially in the range of sentencing, some equity in terms of the sentence sentences.
I would think so. And of course, it's very difficult to make comparisons with cases because every case is different. Every person is different. Every offense was committed under different circumstances by different people. Even if two people do the same thing, they're still not the same case because it's two different people.
And especially, you also throw in a lot of sociological kinds of things, which is to say, look at their past and who they are.
Well, you look at their ability. The trial judge looks at their ability to rehabilitate. Obviously, not every person who is convicted of a crime should go to jail. And it's the trial judge's responsibility and the responsibility of the system to make that distinction and to make that determination. And I think, for the most part, Tennessee judges make it without regard to race or creed or sex.
Very good. And Justice Birch, let me thank you over the last 15 seconds we have for bringing us that excellent information about the state Supreme Court, as well as some of the other issues that we've talked about. And as we said earlier, it is indeed a privilege to have you to come by and be with us. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good night.